Yep, it's me again. No, then again, no introduction here. But yeah, I gotta deal with Angry Man real quick because how can you say one thing, Angry Man, then make another video contradicting exactly what you just said? And furthermore, why is you trying to dictate what the younger generation do with their life? All these questions, man. But let's get started, shall we? And by the way, this video is protected under Title 107 the Fair Use Act for critiquing and educational purposes only. Let's get started.
That nowadays people want to run around here and pretend like, oh, a lot of these young black dudes, they don't have any kids because they're being smart. It's not that they're being smart, it's that they're scared of responsibility. So ain't nobody else gonna say that shit. I say it.
Is that a fact, Angry Man? So your old ass is mad at the younger generation because they don't want no kids. Well, guess what, Angry Man? It ain't up to you to tell the younger generation when and where to have a child. If they don't want a child, they don't want a fucking child. And before I go any further, shout out to the Jinky Show for bringing this to my attention. It ain't up to you, Angry Man, to tell the younger generation when and where to have a child. I mean, this shit. This shit is crazy as fuck. So you mad because the younger generation don't want to have kids? But how do you know for a fact that that's actually true or not? Maybe the younger generation don't want kids while they in their young in their prime era, in which I don't blame them. If you're in your early to mid 20s, then before you can even think about having children, the first thing you need to do is be financially stable. How you gonna bring a child in the world if you don't even have the ends to make sure that they have everything they need: food, clothes, shoes, roof over their head. Plus, let's not also forget health insurance for those kids in case they get sick, money for school, all that shit. You see, Angry Man thinks that the younger generation don't want kids because in his own point of view, he thinks that he thinks that they're not responsible, that type of shit. No, that's actually being smart, Angry Man. You just don't want to admit it. And yes, I seen some younger generations get kids early, and they struggle. Why? Because they wasn't prepared for that role, but they still took it. But here's what real but here's what really got me here. You see, Angry Man, you made another video talking about how single mothers alienate their baby daddies using their children as a weapon, which I will agree with the Jinky Show. That's very contradictory. But then it also shows the reason why they don't want to have kids. One of the many reasons why they don't want to have kids, and you have a problem with that. This is why in that same video, you was completely dismissive of everyone who disagrees with you. And your reason is just downright retarded as fuck. Oh, I ain't going to acknowledge them because they have less subscribers than me. Really? Really, G? Is that the reason why? No, 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 no. Is that the reason why? Because you got more subscribers than them? Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit. And I don't know why people think that, oh, just because I got more subscribers than that person, that makes me smarter. That makes me wiser. No, it doesn't. Having more subscribers than anyone else just means that you're on and popping. Having more subscribers than anyone else just means that you're the one that people listen to. Having more subscribers than anyone else doesn't make you smarter nor wiser. And believe me, I should know. I took on motherfuckers that had way more subscribers to me and still verbally beated their ass up and down these YouTube streets. Then again, let me go the extra mile on this shit. You got content creators that have over 1 million subscribers. And at the moment they do something very fucked up, guess what happens? It all goes downhill. Yes, you got content creators that had over 1 million subscribers and somehow found a way to fuck this shit all up. So no, having more subscribers than anybody really don't mean shit. And by the way, another thing I need to address you on, Angry Man. Who died and made you the king? And that's the issue I have with some of these fools. Straight up, it's one thing to where you're trying to teach men the right way and all this type of stuff, but it's another story completely when you're doing all that, but at the same time, you try to present yourself as the big kahuna, the one, the top dog in the motherfucker. Wow, just wow. But back to the matter at hand. So you believe that just because the younger generation don't want kids, that makes them irresponsible? That makes them dumb? Please explain your logic on that. And yes, Angry Man, I got two kids. And I completely disagree with that notion. I mean, they got before the younger generation can have any kid at all, can bring any kid at all in the face of this earth. They gotta make sure everything's all set. And the reason why the young generation don't want kids is because of the fact that they don't have all their shit together. They got to make sure everything's all in order and everything before they can even think before you even get to that level. So no, younger generation who don't want to have kids don't make them irresponsible. They don't make them children, Angry Man. And another thing I need to address is this: y'all acting like, oh, how can I say this shit? You see, Angry Man, you thinking that just because you were able to do that shit during your time when you were younger, that means the same can be said for the younger generation. However, the younger generation is facing a whole lot of challenges we wasn't facing when we were younger. Yes, let's have a father to father moment here. Back when we were bringing kids in this earth, Angry Man, we wasn't dealing with inflation. We wasn't dealing with our rebellious baby mamas. We wasn't dealing with none of that. But the younger generation, they got a big ass hill to climb. And the odds is stacked against them. And what's more, the younger generation clearly sees it. Plus, the younger generation, they actually look, listen, and observe to how it was when we were younger. And I don't know why some of these old heads thinking that the younger generation is so goddamn dumb and so ignorant that they believe that oh, oh, they don't pay attention to nothing, so we have to guide them. Shoot, I know a whole lot of younger, I know a whole lot of the younger generation who actually took back, listened, and observed the shit And now they're doing their very hardest not to make the same mistakes as we did when we was in our prime. And now they're using those lessons to make better decisions. But somehow you believe that, oh, because they're doing that, that makes them irresponsible. That makes them immature. And I see why Angryman does not want to respond. He doesn't want to confront. He doesn't want to acknowledge. Instead, he would rather be dismissive. Afraid afraid that the younger generation will actually completely destroy you, Angryman? I think so, right? And by the way, Angryman, just because they have less subscribers than you, don't don't mean that they're dumb. And as I said, I took on motherfuckers that have way more subscribers than me and still beat their asses. So having more subscribers than me don't mean shit to me, because having more subscribers doesn't mean that I'm the smartest person in the building. Having more subscribers than me, having more subscribers than me, don't make you the most wisest man on the planet. It just means that you're popular. It just means that people will take the time to listen. Let's get that shit straight. But nevertheless, I said what I had to say. I'm done, and I'm out this bitch. Later.